God says, you've been given a lot of money. If you don't listen to God now, you won't receive the money. Listen this right now, or you'll miss out. I am speaking to you right now because this moment is not ordinary, and if you scroll away or ignore these words, something very real and very powerful will slip through your hands without warning. You have been chosen to hear this at this exact time, and there is a reason your heart feels pulled to stay. I am not speaking to the crowd, I am speaking to you, because what is being placed before you is not small, it is life-changing. There is a blessing already prepared, already assigned, already written with your name on it. But your attention and your obedience right now will determine if it reaches you or not. Do not rush past this, because what you are about to understand will explain why you have felt something shifting in your life. Type Amen to affirm. I am telling you clearly that a great amount of provision has already been released in your favor, and it is not something you need to chase or beg for. It has been set in motion long before this day, and every delay, every struggle, every moment of confusion was not the end, but part of the path leading here. But listen carefully, because this is where many fail without realizing it. The blessing does not disappear because I change my mind. It disappears because the person loses focus, ignores my voice, or walks away at the final moment when it matters the most. You are closer than you think, and that is why this warning feels urgent. You have asked me for help, for breakthrough, for relief from the pressure you have been carrying, and I have heard every single word. I have seen the nights when you felt alone, when you wondered if anything would ever change, when you felt like others were moving ahead while you remained stuck. But I was not absent in those moments. I was preparing something that required time, patience, and your growth. Now that it is ready, you cannot treat this moment like any other moment, because it is not the same. What you do now matters more than what you did before. There is a reason you are being told to listen right now, and it is because distraction is your greatest enemy at this point. You may think that missing a few seconds or delaying your attention will not change anything, but that is where the mistake begins. The enemy does not always come loudly. Sometimes it comes quietly, through delay, through doubt, through the feeling that you can come back later. But later is not promised in moments like this. And what is meant to reach you now requires your presence now. Do not take this lightly, because many have stood exactly where you are and walked away without realizing what they lost. Right now, I am asking you to do something simple but powerful, and it is this. Stay, listen, and let these words settle deep inside you instead of brushing them aside. And if something inside you feels this is important, then take a moment to like this and share it with someone who might also need to hear it, because what is being revealed here is not meant to be hidden or ignored. When you respond with faith, even in small actions, you open doors that logic alone cannot open. Your response matters more than you think. You have been given a lot, more than you can currently see, and that includes opportunities, favor, and unseen help working behind the scenes. But receiving it fully depends on alignment, and alignment comes from listening and trusting what I am saying to you now. You cannot hold on to doubt and expect to receive what requires faith. You cannot ignore direction and expect to arrive at the right place. Everything is connected, and right now you are being guided towards something that has been waiting for you. Type 777 to receive blessings. There is something important you need to understand about the timing of this blessing. It is not random, and it is not late, it is exact. You may feel like it should have come earlier, or that others have received before you, but your path is different because your preparation was different. I do not release something into your life until you are ready to carry it without losing yourself in it. That is why this moment carries both promise and warning at the same time. The promise is that it is already yours, and the warning is that ignoring me now can delay or even block what is meant for you. You are not being tested to fail, you are being positioned to receive, but positioning requires awareness. It requires that you recognize when I am speaking and that you choose to stay instead of drifting away. Many people pray for blessings but do not recognize the instructions that come with them. They want the result but ignore the guidance, and then they wonder why nothing changes. You are not going to make that mistake, because you are hearing this now and you are choosing to remain present. There is a flow that has already started moving toward you, and it is carrying what you have been asking for. It may come in ways you do not expect, through people, through opportunities, through sudden shifts that open doors quickly. But if you are distracted, if you are not paying attention, you can miss what is right in front of you. That is why I am calling you to focus, to stay alert, and to take this moment seriously. This is not about fear. It is about awareness and readiness. What secret did the CIA trying to keep hidden about your brain and money? A 7-second ritual that activates wealth-attracting brainwaves instantly. People are using it at home and seeing results in just weeks. Cleared debts, unexpected income. Scientists say it works by triggering an ancient part of your brain linked to abundance. But this page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone forever. I am still speaking to you, and I need you to understand that what is coming into your life is not small or temporary. It is something that will change how you live, how you think, and how you see your future. But before it fully arrives, there is a quiet moment like this, where everything depends on whether you choose to listen or not. Many people think the blessing itself is the most important part, but the truth is that the moment before it arrives is where everything is decided. This is that moment for you, and I am not letting you miss it without warning. There is a shift happening around you, even if you cannot see it yet with your eyes. Things are being rearranged, doors are being opened, and paths are being cleared in ways you do not fully understand. What once felt blocked is starting to loosen, and what once felt distant is moving closer. But here is what you must not ignore, because this is where people fail. When the shift begins, it often feels quiet, almost too normal, and that is when they stop paying attention. They expect noise, signs, or something dramatic, but the real movement happens in stillness. And you are in that stillness right now. Type yes to affirm. I need you to stay grounded and aware, because the blessing that has been given to you requires your attention to recognize it. It will not always come in the form you imagined, and if you are too fixed on one expectation, you may overlook the very thing meant for you. You have been asking for increase, for provision, for a breakthrough that changes everything, and I have already responded. But your response now matters just as much as my provision. If you hesitate, doubt, or delay, you can stand in front of the open door and still walk away from it. You have to understand that I do not force blessings into your life without your participation. I guide, I prepare, I open, but you must walk, you must listen, and you must act when it is time. This is why I keep repeating to you to listen right now, not later, not when you feel like it, not when it is convenient, but now, because what is unfolding is tied to your present awareness, not your future intention. You cannot receive fully if you are not present fully. There have been moments in your past where you felt like something almost happened but then slipped away. You may have wondered why it did not work out, why things seemed so close and then disappeared. Those were moments where distraction, doubt, or hesitation stepped in quietly and took something away without you even realizing it. I am not reminding you of that to make you feel regret, but to make you aware this time is different, because you are being warned before anything is lost. You are standing at a point where the flow of provision is ready to meet you, but alignment is required. Alignment means your thoughts, your focus, and your actions are in agreement with what I am saying to you. If you keep listening, if you stay attentive, if you trust what you are hearing, you will not miss what is yours. But if you treat this moment lightly, if you allow your mind to wander or your attention to drift, then you create distance between you and what has already been given. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. There is something powerful about your obedience in small moments. You may think that listening right now is a simple act, but it carries weight in ways you cannot see. When you choose to stay, to focus, to believe, you are stepping into alignment with something greater than your current situation. You are showing that you are ready to receive not just the blessing, but the responsibility that comes with it. Because what is being given to you is not only for your comfort, it is also for your purpose. The money that has been assigned to you is not random, and it is not without meaning. It is connected to your life, your needs, and the plans that have been placed inside you. It will solve problems, yes, but it will also open doors for you to do things you could not do before. That is why this moment is serious. Because if you miss it, you are not just missing money, you are missing the opportunity that comes with it. And opportunities do not always repeat in the same way. I am guiding you carefully because I want you to receive everything that has been prepared for you. I am not trying to confuse you or overwhelm you. I am trying to keep you focused. You do not need to overthink. You do not need to fear. You only need to stay connected to what I am telling you right now. Trust that you are being led, even if you do not see the full picture yet. Trust that what is coming is real, even if it has not appeared in front of you yet. You are closer than you have ever been, and that is why the warning feels stronger. When something important is near, the resistance often increases, and distractions try to pull you away. You may feel the urge to leave, to check something else, to come back later, but that is exactly what you must resist. Stay here, stay focused, because this is where your breakthrough is being secured. This is where you move from waiting to receiving. I am not speaking in vague promises, I am speaking with intention. What has been given to you is real, and it is already moving toward you. But your awareness is the key that allows you to recognize it when it arrives. Do not underestimate the power of simply staying present. Do not underestimate the importance of listening until the end. Because by the time you reach the end of this, you will understand exactly what you need to do, and you will not miss what is yours. What if a simple 7-second brain ritual could wipe away your debt and open the door to real abundance? A leaked CIA document reveals a short technique that is now helping everyday people move out of debt and attract wealth. Tested by 4 major neuroscience labs, this easy practice done at home is turning financial struggles into improved lifestyles. People are buying homes, cars, and enjoying travel. But this information could be taken down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. There is movement in places you cannot reach, conversations you cannot hear, and doors opening in ways you cannot control. This is how I work when I prepare something significant for someone who has been patient and has endured. And right now, you are inside that preparation turning into reality. You must understand that when I say you have been given a lot of money, I am not speaking in empty words or distant promises. I am speaking of something that has already been arranged, already been decided, and already been set in motion. It exists, and it is moving toward you, but it does not move blindly. It responds to your awareness, your alignment, and your willingness to listen when I guide you. If you disconnect now, even for a moment, you create a gap that was never meant to exist. And that gap can delay what should have come easily into your hands. Type 222 if you trust God. You have been wondering why certain things felt delayed in your life, why doors seemed to close right when you expected them to open. What you did not see is that many of those moments were protection, not rejection. I was keeping you from receiving something too early, something that could have caused more harm than good if you were not ready. But now the season has changed, and what was once withheld is now being released. This is why your attention is being called so strongly, because this is not a rehearsal, this is the real moment. There is something inside you that already feels this truth, even if your mind is still trying to understand it. You feel a pull, a sense that something important is being said and that you should not ignore it. That feeling is not random. It is me, reaching you in a way that goes beyond words. I am not trying to confuse you. I am trying to wake you up to what is already yours. But waking up requires your willingness to stay present and to not let your thoughts drift into doubt or distraction. You have been given signs before, but you did not always recognize them. Sometimes you thought they were coincidences, sometimes you thought they were not important, and sometimes you ignored them because they did not look the way you expected. But this time, I am speaking clearly so that there is no confusion. The blessing is real, the timing is now, and your response matters. If you stay connected, you will not miss what is meant for you. Type 555 if you trust in Jesus. There is a flow of provision that has already been released, and it is not something you can force or control. It moves according to my design, and it reaches those who are aligned with my voice. That is why listening right now is not optional, it is essential. You cannot rely on what you think should happen, you must rely on what I am telling you is happening. When you shift from your understanding to my guidance, everything begins to fall into place. You are not being asked to do something complicated or impossible. You are being asked to stay, to listen, and to trust what you are hearing. That may seem simple, but it is powerful, because it keeps you connected to the source of what you are about to receive. Many people lose their blessings not because they are unworthy, but because they disconnect at the final moment. They allow doubt, fear, or distraction to pull them away right when everything was about to come together. I do not want that to happen to you, which is why I am speaking with urgency, not to scare you, but to make you aware. There is a difference between fear and awareness, and right now I am calling you into awareness. I want you to see what is happening, to understand what is being given, and to stay aligned so that nothing is lost. Because once you receive this, it will not just change your situation, it will change your direction. There is also something you must prepare your heart for, and it is this. When this provision reaches you, it will come with responsibility. It will require wisdom, discipline, and a clear mind. That is why you had to go through the season you just came out of. It was not only about waiting, it was about preparing you to handle what is coming without losing yourself in it. And now that you are here, you must not fall back into old patterns that could disrupt what has been built. You are stepping into a new level, and with that comes a new way of thinking and acting. You cannot carry the same doubts, the same fears, or the same distractions into this next season. You must stay grounded in what I am telling you, because that is what will keep you steady when things begin to move quickly. And they will move quickly, because once the flow reaches you, it does not trickle. It comes in ways that feel sudden and overwhelming. I am not leaving you alone in this. I am guiding you through every step, making sure that you are not only able to receive, but also able to manage what is given to you. But your part is to stay connected, to keep listening, and to not walk away from this moment, because everything you have been waiting for is not far away anymore. It is closer than you think, and it is already moving toward you. There is a reason your journey has felt slow and heavy at times, and it was not because I forgot you. It was because I was building something inside you that could carry what is now being released. Money without wisdom becomes a burden, and increase without clarity leads to loss. That is why your process took time, because I care about what happens after you receive just as much as the moment you receive it. Now you are stepping into a place where both the blessing and the understanding meet together. Type 1212 to claim miracles. Is it really possible that a 7-second ritual could turn financial hardship into sudden prosperity? A study connected to a CIA leak introduces a short money ritual that is already changing lives. Approved by 4 neuroscience labs, it trains the mind to draw money toward you. People who once struggled financially are now living their dream lifestyles with luxury homes, vehicles, and travel. But this information might not remain online. Click the description and comments now before it is permanently removed. I need you to let go of the old belief that nothing good happens for you. That belief has followed you for too long, and it has tried to shape how you see every situation. Even when something positive started to appear, that voice inside you would whisper that it would not last or that it was not real. But that voice is not from me, and it does not belong in this new season you are entering. You cannot carry doubt into a place that requires faith, because doubt will blind you to what is right in front of you. Right now, something is aligning in your favor, and it is happening with precision. Every piece is being placed where it needs to be, and every delay you experienced is now becoming part of a perfect timing. You may not see the full picture yet, but you are about to see the results of what has been building behind the scenes. This is why I'm asking you to remain steady, because when things begin to show up, you must not question whether they are real. You must receive them with confidence, knowing that they were already given to you. Type 1111 if you believe. There is also something you must be careful about as this unfolds. Not everyone around you will understand what is happening, and not everyone will see what you see. Some may doubt, some may question, and some may even try to speak fear into your situation. But you must not allow their words to shake what I am doing in your life. What is being given to you is between you and me, and it does not need approval from others to be real. You are entering a moment where your decisions will carry more weight than before. The choices you make, the actions you take, and even the way you think will influence how this blessing settles into your life. That is why I am guiding you now, before everything fully appears. I am making sure that when it arrives, you are not confused or overwhelmed. You will recognize it, you will understand it, and you will know how to move forward with it. Do not underestimate how important your focus is right now. Even small distractions can pull your attention away at the wrong time, and that is all it takes to miss something important. Stay centered, stay aware, and keep your heart connected to what I am telling you. You are not being asked to do many things, You are being asked to do one thing well, and that is to listen and remain present. There is a peace that comes when you fully trust that what has been promised is already on its way. That peace is not based on what you see, but on what you know. And right now, I am giving you that knowing. I am telling you that what you have been given is real, and that it is moving toward you without delay. But your role is to stay in alignment, because alignment keeps the path clear between you and what is yours. You have waited, you have endured, and you have held on even when it felt like nothing was changing. That matters more than you realize, because it shows that you are ready for what is coming. Now, you must take the final step, which is to trust without hesitation. Trust that what is being said to you now is not random. Trust that you were meant to hear this. Trust that you are not being left behind. Everything is about to shift in a way that will make sense to you very soon. What once felt uncertain will become clear, and what once felt distant will become close. You will look back at this moment and understand why it was so important to stay and listen, because this was the point where everything began to come together for you. That is why I am speaking to you with clarity now, so that when everything reaches you, you are ready to hold it without fear. There is a moment that comes right before a breakthrough where everything feels quiet, almost unchanged, and this is where many people lose their focus. They think nothing is happening, so they begin to drift. They stop paying attention, and they turn their eyes away. But that quiet moment is not emptiness, it is alignment. It is the final adjustment before something moves fully into your life. You are in that moment right now, and this is why I keep calling your attention back, because you must not drift away now. Type 888 to receive abundance. You have been conditioned by your past to expect disappointment, and that expectation has shaped how you respond to opportunities. Even when something good begins to appear, a part of you hesitates, wondering if it will last or if it is real. That hesitation is what you must release right now. Because what is coming to you does not come with uncertainty, it comes with intention. It has been given to you already, and your role is not to question it, but to receive it with confidence. There is also something you must understand about how blessings arrive. They do not always look the way you imagined, and they do not always come in a form that immediately feels obvious. Sometimes they come through unexpected paths, through people you did not expect, or through situations that seem ordinary at first. But inside those ordinary moments is something extraordinary, and if you are not paying attention, you can overlook it completely. That is why I'm asking you to stay alert, to stay present, and to not dismiss anything too quickly. Type 333 if you trust the process. What secret did the CIA try to keep hidden about your brain and money? A 7-second ritual that activates wealth-attracting brainwaves instantly. People are using it at home and seeing results in just weeks. Cleared debts, unexpected income, a completely upgraded lifestyle. Scientists say it works by triggering an ancient part of your brain linked to abundance. But this page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone forever. You are being guided into a place where your awareness becomes your strength. The more you listen, the clearer things will become. The more you trust, the easier it will be to recognize what is meant for you. And the more you stay connected, the smoother the transition will feel as everything begins to unfold. You are not alone in this, even when it feels like you are. I am with you, directing your steps, opening your eyes, and making sure you are positioned exactly where you need to be. There is something important about timing that you must not ignore. When I say now, I mean now. Not later, not when you feel ready, not when it becomes convenient. Because the opportunity that is tied to this moment is also tied to your response in this moment. If you delay your attention, you delay your alignment, and that can shift the way things unfold. I am not saying this to create pressure, but to create awareness, because awareness keeps you present, and presence keeps you connected. You may feel a sense of urgency inside you, a quiet pull that tells you to stay, to listen, to not move away. That is not fear, that is guidance. It is me making sure you do not miss something that has been prepared for you. Trust that feeling, because it is leading you in the right direction. When you follow it, you remain in alignment, and alignment is what allows everything to come together without resistance. There is also a shift happening inside your thinking. You are starting to see things differently, to feel things more clearly, and to recognize patterns you did not notice before. This is part of your preparation, because when the blessing arrives, you will need clarity, not confusion. You will need confidence, not hesitation, and you will need focus, not distraction. Everything you are feeling right now is shaping you into someone who can receive and sustain what is being given. Do not let your past define how you respond to your present. What did not work before does not mean this will not work now. What you lost before does not mean you will lose again. This is a new moment, a new alignment, and a new opportunity. And it is being placed in your hands with care and intention. But you must meet it with the same level of care and attention. There is something powerful about your willingness to stay and listen. It shows that you are ready to move forward, that you are ready to receive, and that you are not going to let this moment pass without understanding it. That willingness is opening doors that you cannot see yet. It is creating pathways that will lead you directly to what has been given to you. And as long as you stay in this place of listening, nothing meant for you will be lost. You are being led step by step, even if it does not feel obvious. Every word you hear is part of that guidance. Every moment you stay is part of that alignment. And as you continue, you will begin to see how everything connects, how every piece fits together, and how what once felt uncertain becomes clear. This is the process of receiving, and you are right in the middle of it. They are meant to take root inside you, so that when the moment arrives, you do not hesitate or second-guess what is happening. You are being prepared to recognize your blessing without confusion, and that preparation is just as important as the blessing itself. If your mind is clear, your response will be right, and nothing will slip away from you. There is a pattern that has followed you before, and I need you to break it now. In the past, when something good started to form, you would often question it, delay your response, or look for reasons why it might not be real. That hesitation created space for doubt, and doubt weakened your ability to receive fully. But now you are being called into a different response. Instead of questioning what is being given, you are being asked to trust what has already been decided for you. Type 444 if you feel protected. What is coming into your life is not fragile, but your connection to it can be. That is why your focus matters so much right now. We laden Neskov, we laden Neskov, we laden Neskov, we laden Neskov. When your attention stays aligned with me, everything flows naturally, and nothing feels forced or confusing. But when your attention drifts, even slightly, it becomes harder for you to see clearly. This is not because the blessing changes, but because your awareness shifts away from it. So stay present, stay aware, and do not allow your thoughts to scatter in different directions. There is also something deeper happening within you that you may not fully notice yet. Your mindset is being reshaped, your expectations are being lifted, and your sense of possibility is expanding. This is part of your transformation, because when what has been given to you finally reaches your hands, you must be able to receive it without shrinking back or feeling unworthy. You must be able to stand in that moment with confidence, knowing that it belongs to you. Type 666 to release fear. You have carried a weight for a long time, a quiet pressure that made you feel like you had to figure everything out on your own. That weight is being lifted, but you must allow it to go. If you try to hold on to control while also receiving what I am giving, you will feel tension inside you. Let go of the need to control every detail, because what is being arranged for you does not require your control. It requires your trust and your willingness to follow the direction you are being given. There is a moment approaching where something will appear in your life in a way that feels almost unexpected. It may come through a conversation, an opportunity, or a sudden shift that opens a door you were not expecting. When that moment comes, you must not hesitate. You must not pause to question whether it is real or not. You must recognize it for what it is and step forward with confidence. That is why I am preparing you now, so that when it happens, you move without doubt. What if your entire financial life could change in just 7 seconds? A shocking CIA leak has revealed a brain ritual that's doing exactly that. People are using it daily and reporting debt disappearing, new income, and luxury upgrades. Scientists say it taps into an ancient brain system that controls abundance and financial flow. More and more people believe the results feel almost divine. But this information won't stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You are not being left to figure this out alone. Every step you take is being guided, even if it does not always feel obvious. There are things being aligned behind the scenes that you cannot see, and they are working together to bring everything into place. You may not understand how it all connects right now, but you will soon. And when you do, you will see that nothing was random and nothing was wasted. There is also something you must guard against, and that is the influence of fear. Fear does not always appear in obvious ways. Sometimes it shows up as hesitation, as overthinking, or as the feeling that you need more time before you act. But in moments like this, fear can quietly pull you away from what is meant for you. Do not let fear have that power over you. Stay grounded in what you are hearing, and trust that you are being led correctly. You are standing at the edge of something new, something that will change your situation in a very real way. But stepping into it requires your full presence. You cannot be half-focused, you cannot be uncertain, and you cannot be distracted. You must be fully here, fully aware, and fully trusting. Because when you are in that state, nothing meant for you can pass you by. Everything you have experienced up to this point has brought you here. The delays, the struggles, the waiting, all of it was part of shaping you into someone who can receive and carry what is now being given. And now that you are here, you must not fall back into old patterns that could disrupt what has been prepared. Stay aligned, stay focused, and stay connected to my voice. I am not speaking to you without purpose. Every word you hear is guiding you closer to what is already yours. And as long as you remain in this place of listening, you will not miss anything. You will see clearly, you will act confidently, and you will receive fully. It will feel real, tangible, and undeniable. But before that happens, you must remain steady in your focus, because this is where your attention matters the most. If you stay connected now, nothing will confuse you when it arrives. There is something I want you to see clearly, and it is this. What has been given to you is not chasing you blindly, it is waiting for your alignment. It is positioned, ready to meet you, but you must be in the right state to receive it. If your thoughts are scattered, if your attention is divided, you can stand right in front of what is yours and still not recognize it. That is why I keep calling you back to this place of listening. Because when you listen, you align. And when you align, everything flows correctly. Type 999 to step into completion. You have been through a season where you felt like you had to hold everything together on your own. You carried responsibilities, worries, and silent fears that weighed heavily on your heart. There were moments when you questioned whether anything would change, and you tried to prepare yourself for disappointment just to protect your feelings. But that season is not where you are anymore. What you are stepping into now is different, and you must allow yourself to believe that difference is real. There is a shift in how you are meant to respond now. Instead of bracing for loss, you must open yourself to receiving. Instead of expecting things to fall apart, you must expect things to come together. This change in your response is not small, it is powerful. Because what you expect shapes how you see, and how you see determines what you recognize. If you expect nothing, you will overlook everything. But if you expect what has been promised, you will see it clearly when it appears. Type 111 if you are ready. There is something that will soon come into your path, and it may not announce itself loudly. It may feel like a simple opportunity, a conversation, or a decision that seems ordinary at first. But within that moment is something that carries great value, something connected to the provision that has been given to you. If you are paying attention, you will feel it. There will be a sense of knowing inside you, a quiet certainty that this is important. Do not ignore that feeling when it comes. You must also be careful not to let fear disguise itself as caution. There is a difference between being wise and being afraid. Wisdom listens, observes, and moves with clarity. Fear hesitates, delays, and creates doubt where there should be confidence. When the moment comes, you will feel the difference. Trust the clarity that comes with my guidance, and do not let fear talk you out of what is meant for you. You are not stepping into something uncertain. You are stepping into something that has already been decided in your favor. That is why I am speaking to you with such consistency, because I want you to move with confidence, not confusion. When you know something is yours, you do not hesitate to receive it. You step forward, you accept it, and you allow it to become part of your life. That is the posture you must carry into this next moment. There is also a need for you to remain grounded as things begin to change. When something significant enters your life, it can feel overwhelming at first. You may feel excitement, disbelief, or even a sense of pressure, but you must stay steady, remembering that you are not alone in this. I am guiding you through it, just as I guided you to it. You do not have to figure everything out at once. You only need to stay connected and take each step as it comes. Can a 7-second ritual really wipe out debt and attract unlimited wealth? Thousands say it already has. This CIA-leaked brain ritual is helping ordinary people turn financial struggle into real abundance. People are doing it at home and watching money flow into their lives like water. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, it activates powerful wealth-attracting brainwaves instantly. But this breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. What is being given to you will not only meet your needs, it will also expand your possibilities. It will allow you to move in ways you could not move before, to think in ways you did not think before, and to act with a level of confidence you have not experienced before. This is part of your growth, and it is part of your purpose. But it all begins with your willingness to stay present in this moment and to listen carefully. You are not here by accident. You are not hearing these words randomly. There is a reason you are still here, still listening, still feeling this connection. It is because something inside you knows that this is important. Do not ignore that knowing. It is guiding you in the right direction, and it is keeping you aligned with what has been prepared for you. Everything is moving into place, even if it does not look like it yet. What feels quiet now will soon feel active. What feels distant now will soon feel close. And what feels uncertain now will soon feel clear. But you must stay here, in this place of awareness, so that when it all comes together, you are ready. There is a deeper layer to what I am revealing to you, and if you stay with me, you will begin to see how everything is connecting in a way that removes confusion and replaces it with clarity. You are not waiting anymore, you are transitioning. What once felt distant is now within reach, and your awareness is what will allow you to receive it fully without missing a single part of it. There is something important about the way you respond now that will shape how this blessing settles into your life. You cannot approach this with hesitation or uncertainty. You must approach it with a calm confidence that comes from knowing you are being guided. When you trust what you are hearing, your actions become steady and your decisions become clear. This is how you move forward without losing what has already been given to you. Type 1313 if you accept this path. You have spent a long time trying to understand why certain things did not work out in your favor. There were moments when you felt overlooked, when you felt like your efforts were not being rewarded, and when you wondered if your time would ever come. But what you did not see was that your time was being prepared, not delayed. Everything that seemed like a setback was actually a step that was shaping your readiness. Now that readiness has brought you here, and you must not treat this moment like any other. There is a flow that is about to meet you, and when it does, it will feel like things are finally opening up after a long period of stillness. Opportunities will begin to present themselves, ideas will come more clearly, and paths that once felt blocked will begin to clear. But here is what you must remember. When things start to move, you must stay grounded. Do not let excitement turn into distraction, and do not let sudden change pull your focus away from what matters most. Type 1414 to stay aligned. You are stepping into a moment where your attention becomes your greatest strength. The more focused you are, the more clearly you will see what is being placed in front of you. The more present you are, the easier it will be to recognize what belongs to you. And the more you trust, the smoother everything will feel as it unfolds. This is not complicated, but it does require your commitment to stay connected to what I am telling you. There is also something you must release right now, and that is the need to compare your journey with anyone else. What is being given to you is specific to you, and it does not need to match anyone else's experience to be real. If you compare, you create doubt. If you doubt, you weaken your ability to receive. Stay focused on your path, because your path is the one that leads directly to what has been prepared for you. You are not behind, and you are not late. You are exactly where you need to be for this moment to happen correctly. Timing is not measured by your expectations. It is measured by readiness. And right now, you are ready in ways you were not before. That is why this is happening now, and not earlier. It is not random, and it is not accidental. It is precise, and it is intentional. There is a quiet strength inside you that has been growing through everything you have faced. You may not always recognize it, but it is there, and it is what has brought you through moments that could have broken you. That strength is now becoming part of how you receive and handle what is coming. Because what is being given to you will require stability, and you have that stability now. You must also remain open to the way things unfold. Do not try to force it into a specific shape or timeline. Let it come as it is meant to come, because when you allow it to flow naturally, it will fit perfectly into your life. When you try to control it, you create resistance, and resistance can delay what should move easily. Trust the flow, because it is being guided in a way that you do not need to manage on your own. Everything you are experiencing right now is part of a larger movement that is leading you into something greater. You may only see a small part of it, but there is much more happening beyond what you can currently understand. That is why I am asking you to trust, because trust allows you to move forward without needing to see everything at once. It allows you to stay steady even when things are still unfolding. You are not alone in this process. I am with you in every step, making sure that you are not led into confusion or loss. I am guiding you toward clarity, toward provision, and toward a place where what has been given to you becomes part of your reality. But your part is to stay connected, to keep listening, and to not walk away from this moment. What is the real story behind the 7-second brain technique that is creating new millionaires? A surprising CIA leak has revealed a short brain ritual that helps ordinary people eliminate debt and attract major wealth. With support from 4 neuroscience labs, this simple method practiced at home is turning financial stress into a better life. Homes, cars, and vacations are becoming reality. But the government may remove this information at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. I am still speaking into your life because you are now approaching a point where everything begins to make sense in a way it never has before. You have stayed, you have listened, and you have allowed these words to settle inside you, and that has already begun to change something within you. You may not fully notice it yet, but your thinking is becoming clearer, your focus is becoming stronger, and your awareness is becoming sharper. This is not accidental, this is preparation reaching its final stage. Because when what has been given to you fully appears, you will need this clarity to receive it without confusion. There is something important about the way you are positioned right now. You are no longer in a place of waiting without direction. You are in a place of awareness, where you are being guided step by step towards something that is already yours. That shift alone is powerful, because it changes how you move. Instead of searching blindly, you are now being led with purpose. And when you are led with purpose, you do not miss what is meant for you. Type 1515 to claim your moment. You must also understand that what is being given to you will not always come with a loud announcement. It may come quietly, in a way that feels simple at first. But within that simplicity is something significant, something that carries weight and value. If you are expecting something dramatic, you might overlook what is actually meant for you. That is why I'm asking you to stay grounded and aware, so that you can recognize the value in what may appear ordinary at first glance. There is a moment that is approaching where you will be faced with a choice. It may not seem like a major decision, but it will carry importance. The way you respond in that moment will determine how smoothly this blessing enters your life. If you respond with trust and clarity, everything will align easily. But if you respond with hesitation or doubt, you can create resistance that slows things down. That is why I am preparing you now, so that when that moment comes, you move with confidence. Type 1616 if you are ready to receive. You have been through enough to know what it feels like when something is not right. You have experienced confusion, uncertainty, and situations that did not align with your path. But what is coming now will feel different. It will feel clear, steady, and aligned with who you are becoming. That feeling is important because it will guide you. When you feel that sense of alignment, do not ignore it. Follow it, because it is leading you toward what has been given to you. There is also a need for you to protect your focus as things begin to shift. When something valuable enters your life, distractions often try to increase. You may find your attention being pulled in different directions, or you may feel overwhelmed by everything happening at once. But you must stay centered. Do not allow external noise to take you away from what matters. Keep your attention on what you are being guided toward, because that is where your blessing is. You are not being led into something uncertain. You are being led into something that has already been arranged with care and intention. That is why I am asking you to trust, even if you do not see every detail yet. Trust allows you to move forward without fear, and it keeps you connected to what is being given to you. When you trust, you remain steady, and when you remain steady, nothing meant for you can pass you by. There is something powerful about the way you have stayed through this. You did not walk away, you did not ignore what you felt, and you did not let your attention drift completely. That matters, because it shows that you are ready. You are ready not just to receive, but to handle what you receive with wisdom and clarity. And that is exactly what this moment requires. You must also release any remaining doubt that tries to hold on inside you. Doubt will not help you in this moment. It will only create hesitation. And hesitation can cause you to miss something that requires a quick and confident response. Replace doubt with trust and replace hesitation with readiness. Because when the moment comes, you must be ready to step forward without looking back. Everything is aligning in a way that is meant to bring you into a new level of life. This is not just about money. It is about change. It is about stepping into a place where your needs are met, where your possibilities expand, and where your path becomes clearer. But that change begins with your response right now. Stay connected, stay aware, and stay ready. I am with you in every part of this process. I am not leaving you to figure it out alone. I am guiding you, protecting you, and making sure that what has been given to you reaches you fully. But your part is to remain present, to keep listening, and to not walk away from this moment. You have stayed through the words, you have listened, and you have allowed your heart to remain open, and that has already placed you in alignment with what is coming. But this is where many people lose their focus without realizing it. They begin to feel comfortable, they assume they understand everything, and they slowly allow their attention to drift. You must not do that now, because this is the moment where everything begins to settle into your reality. Why is the government supposedly trying to keep this 7-second brain ritual hidden? A major CIA leak has revealed a short brain practice that is helping ordinary people eliminate debt and welcome wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple method done at home is turning financial struggles into better lives. People are now getting homes, vehicles, and vacations, but this secret could disappear at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it is gone. There is something I need you to understand deeply, and it is this. What has been given to you is not delayed anymore. It is arriving. It is not waiting somewhere far away. It is moving into your life in a way that will soon become visible. But the way you receive it depends on your state right now. If you are focused, aware, and trusting, it will come smoothly and clearly. But if you allow doubt, distraction, or hesitation to return, you can create confusion around something that was meant to be simple. Type 1717 if you are staying focused. You have been through enough to know what it feels like when something is uncertain. You have experienced moments where you did not know what to do, where you felt lost, and where you questioned your direction. But this is not that kind of moment. This is a moment of clarity. Even if everything is not fully visible yet, there is a difference between not seeing everything and not knowing anything. Right now, you may not see every detail, but you know that something is happening, and that knowing is enough to guide you forward. There is also something about your past that you must leave behind completely as you step into this next part. You cannot carry old fears into a new blessing. You cannot carry old doubts into a new opportunity. What you experienced before was part of your growth, but it is not meant to define how you respond now. If you hold on to those old patterns, you will feel tension when things begin to change. But if you release them, you will move with ease and confidence. Type 1818 to release the past. You are about to see something shift in a way that will feel real and undeniable. It may not happen all at once, but it will happen in a way that builds quickly. One moment will lead to another, one opportunity will connect to another, and before you realize it, you will be standing inside something that once felt far away. This is how provision often works. It does not always appear as one single event, but as a series of connected moments that bring everything together. When that begins to happen, you must remain steady. Do not rush, do not panic, and do not overthink. Move with calm confidence, knowing that you are being guided through each step. If you try to control everything, you will feel overwhelmed. But if you trust the process, everything will feel natural and aligned. This is why I have been preparing your mindset, so that when things begin to move, you are ready to move with them.